What is good, guys? It's Rey-Jay back with another video, and in this one I want to break down something very important about the market that's coming out for tomorrow, what's going on with the charts thus far, what you should be watching for as time progresses. But let me first say that I am not a financial planner. Take nothing I say as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please check out the Weeble link, which is down below and in the description. If you sign up for Weeble and deposit $500, you're guaranteed 20 free stocks. If you deposit $25,000 or more, you're guaranteed 75 of them. And the offer ends very, very soon in just a couple of weeks. Anyways, the market for the last 2 hours has started to pump back up to the upside. SPY, I told you, all had this little range right here. I told you that if we broke past 515, watch 516. If that broke, we're going to turn bullish. I told you if we lost 512, we're going to turn bearish. And overall, we got to break to the upside from this range, and the market's trying to rebound a bit. So the question is, what's happening with the data coming out for tomorrow? What's happening with my big warning? Why do I have this big warning about tomorrow? Let me explain. So for data, okay, when it comes to data for today, everything is out. The bond auction ended up being hotter than expected. The market ended up getting a very positive reaction from this. And then we had Bostic giving a speech, but I don't think that this was the main thing that was really pumping the markets. It's also in anticipation of what's happening for tomorrow. So exports and import prices are coming out. They're not that significant. It doesn't usually affect the market to that large extent. Then we have the Michigan consumer sentiment data, the 5-year inflationary expectations and such, not to mention more Fed speakers later on during the day. So data tomorrow is very minor, but we have something else coming out that's going to be very important. I think this could be part of why the market is pumping. So tomorrow, before the market opens, we have JP Morgan Chase, Wells Fargo, BlackRock, Citi, and many, many other big banks announcing their earnings. This is going to be very, very important for the markets. Whatever is said during the big bank earnings could affect which way we go, especially because these big banks are fueling liquidity, which is driven for massive companies out there. So they're the ones who are responsible for lending. They're responsible for helping out these other companies, which give them the potential leverage that they need to make whatever they have to make. So that's why it's very important to pay attention to what they say about the economy. Their guidances are going to be very, very key as well. And I'll be talking about all of these tomorrow morning, because starting tomorrow, the big start of earnings season for Q1 of 2024 is going to start, and we're going to start to see lots of big tech earnings soon as well. So this is going to be very important. Whatever happens tomorrow morning with these earnings could affect the markets. If all these banks miss and they end up giving us very poor guidance, the whole market could get a rug pull. Okay. If it's the opposite, they end up doing relatively well, or at least most of them do well. We have decent guidance. The whole market could continue to squeeze. And we could see SPY continue to run very hard. All right. So I personally don't know what's going to happen. If I'm going to be honest with you, I don't know for sure. The charts do look bullish from a technical standpoint, but I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow with these earnings. So there is a risk involved if you want to hold anything overnight. I just want to give you guys another warning about this. We have about an hour and a half left of market trading. If you hold a position overnight, you could make crazy money. You could do very, very well, or it may not work out depending on the bank earnings. So I would say, like, if I were to do anything, I would just manage risks very, very well and be careful, not bet way too much, and we'll see how things go. But I just want to give you guys a warning. If you're holding anything overnight, you have to hold through the big bank earnings, which come out before the market opens tomorrow. And that's, you'll have to hold through that if you hold overnights today. All right. So, anyways, what do I see for the charts? SPY looks bullish. There's not much resistance stopping it right here. We do have this very, very minor 519.25 area, but we could easily break that. 520 is going to be the next one to be watching for. That's where resistance has been tighter for the last couple of trading days. If we break through 520, 522 is coming next, followed by higher levels. We could get closer to 524 above that. For support, if we come back down, make sure you watch 517.8 to 518. If we lose that, watch 517.5. 516 and then 515. If we lose 515, we turn back to bearish, but overall, we're still breaking out very nicely. In my earlier videos, I said SPY had this range down here. For 2 days, SPY was trading in a range, right? I told you that if we broke past 515 to 516, this thing is going to launch upwards. If we lost 512, I would turn more bearish, and we ended up breaking to the upside, especially amidst all these big bank earnings. So SPY has potential, in my opinion, to push higher. We could get closer to 520, but we'll have to see. Will we get a big rejection or not? Will the banks cause this thing to continue to rally, or are we about to see a very, very big rug pull? In my opinion, I think the best thing to do is just be patient and see. If you want to bet on the upside, it could work out very well. It's all up to you guys. I'm not really here to give you guys financial advice. That's just your choice. The 4 hour is also turning bullish on SPY. This does suggest there could be more upside coming. We're looking stronger in the 4 hours, so it still looks bullish. Technicals have flipped very, very fast. And by the way, guys, the market is wild. One day it's coming down really hard. It's just chopping. The next day it's just chopping and starts rallying. The market's all over the place, so you have to be very, very adaptive in a market like this. It could be very tricky too to try to trade in like in an environment like this. But anyways, for Tesla, Tesla's also trying to push higher. We did come down amidst some bad news that came out from many banks who are downgrading Tesla, but now Tesla's trying to get bought back up, and now we're seeing buyers stepping in again. So for Tesla, if we break 175, we have potential to go all the way up to 177.6 to 178. If that breaks, our next target is 180. If we reject off 175, watch support at 172.8, followed by these lower levels. What does Tesla look like to me? It looks bullish. It looks like it could try to break higher. It does favor the upside more. We have this imbalance to fill, so it does look bullish to me. I think that Tesla has so much potential for more upside, especially because the 4 hour is turning back to bullish as well. And we have this imbalance to fill up here. So the technicals look a bit more bullish on Tesla, but this also depends on the big bank earnings. Will the big banks cause the market to launch higher, or are they about to give us a rug pull? We'll just have to wait and see. But as of right now, this has potential to go even higher. I could see Tesla trying to fill this imbalance for now. So technicals look more bullish, but we'll see what the big bank earnings cause. For the QQQ, we're breaking out. I told you all that the QQQ looks stronger than SPY in my opinion. I was right about this pushing up higher. I was looking at potentially 442 and 444 as resistance levels. We actually went even higher than what I was expecting. So sometimes that happens. The market's insane sometimes. We have a nice double bottom like structure. And our target's now all the way up to 446.8. QQQ could push even higher into the 446s. If we break past that, watch 448. If we come back down, watch 444, followed by 442. But if anything, the QQQ is showing some potential. In my opinion, it could push even higher. And part of the reason why it's pushing like this is because of Nvda. Nvidia is also breaking out. In my video yesterday, I said that technicals look bullish on Nvidia. I was looking in the morning for 885 to 892. That was like my range to be watching for. I was expecting to push higher to this area. Instead, it went all the way up to the 900, so it went even higher than expected. We're approaching 908 as the key resistance. That's going to be a level worth watching for. It loves to test that, so it could go even higher. Nvidia's looking strong so far, and this is helping the QQQ. If it breaks past 908, then 920 is going to be our next target. Nvidia is a monster, so I wouldn't rule it out just yet. But that's helping the QQQ pump more, and it does have more potential. Once again, though, if you're trading overnight, be careful. Who knows what's going to happen with the big bank earnings? But for now, the charts do look back to bullish. And then Aapl is also helping spine the QQQ. That's got a breakout after bullish news came out. Going to be looking for a push towards 175 as our next target. If that breaks, there's minor resistance at 175.75, followed by 176.5 as our next target, and then 177.5. We look bullish nonetheless, though, especially as we're breaking this high right here. The chart looks bullish. If we break back down, watch 172.5 as critical support. And if that fails us, we have 171.8, followed by 170.9. Overall, the chart is bullish, has more potential, so we'll have to see how it goes. For a few more tickers out there, we have Supermicro. Supermicro is on a very, very nice uptrend, could push a little bit higher. It's not as strong as Nvidia right now. It already pushed a little bit, but it has some potential to get back up to about 950. It has a little potential to try to reaccumulate and try to push higher. So it still has potential to push higher. It's not done just yet. We have SoFi. It's going to be testing 7.61. Expect a big move tomorrow after the big bank earnings. It could get launched all the way up to 7.8 to $8 again, or it could get a rug pull. So we'll just have to wait and see. For Coinbase, I know a lot of people like Coinbase. This is looking back to bullish. In my video yesterday, I said that the technicals look bullish as it's approaching this resistance. But now we're approaching key resistance at 260. If we break through this, we could see a breakout all the way back up to about 268. If we fail to break 260 to 262, we could come back down to this support over here around 256 and then 252. Overall, the chart looks a little bit more bullish, so it has potential, but we're at some tight resistance on it. For Amazon, we're looking bullish as well. We're at 189.25. If we break this, watch for 190. It has potential to go all the way up to 190. We're looking for another push. Looks pretty good in my opinion. Key support is at 188. The previous resistance becoming support. Watch for that. It looks bullish. Meta is looking bullish. Going to be looking for 524. Could push a little bit higher. Our support right now is going to be around this 521 area, so it has potential. For Microsoft, we look bullish. We have 429's resistance and eventually 430, and we have support currently at 427. But I could see another push as well. For the VIX, we're coming down to the 200 EMA at 14.84. If we lose this and it starts sinking lower, this could be a sign that the market wants to push even higher. We have this bearish divergence that developed on the chart, but we'll see what happens. I mean, it also depends on the earnings and such going into tomorrow. But as of right now, the VIX is short term a little bit more bearish, but the more medium term is still bullish as it's on an uptrend. So I think the best thing to do is just give this some time. So far, so good. Dollar came to this resistance at 105. I called this out yesterday, and it did pop a little bit more, but now it's coming back down. If we lose 105, we're coming back down to the 50 EMA, then eventually 104.5 is coming. If we hold 105, we could rebound, so just be a little bit more patient, and we'll have to see how things go from there. But with that being said, I want to thank you all so much for listening. Hopefully this video was very, very insightful and helpful for the people out there, as the market's looking bullish and SPY has more potential to push much higher. So give it the market the time it needs. Yes, the charts look bullish, but don't forget, I have this very important warning about these big bank earnings. We'll see what they cause. Not saying it's good or bad or anything like that. I'm just trying to be unbiased right here. So just have this in the back of your mind when you're going to try to hold anything overnight or make any plays, and then do what's best for your own portfolios. Thank you for listening. I'll see you guys in a couple of hours. The market to the moon because the long term is still very bright despite what we're seeing. And peace out.